Hello, good afternoon, and thanks for joining us on the Pendulum, coming to you live on Lagos television. I am Ajibola Ojeshola. The 2027 general elections is very much around the corner, and we are beginning to see all major political parties in the country putting their house in order. But there is this special call, of course, and bill before members of the National Assembly. The bill is actually. On the need to create special seats for women and the need to involve more women in political activities as we approach another round of election. Today, we'll also be talking about the renewed up agenda of Mr. President, how much it has impacted Nigerians, and why should Nigerians trust Mr. President again with their vote in 2027. We'll be discussing all of these after this short break. We'll bring you in the polity right now on the program, which is a summary of political activities in the country. Then, my guest will be joining me via Zoom to discuss the bill for the creation of special seat for women, as well as the renewed up agenda of Mr. President. My guest this afternoon is Honorable Kafilat Ogbara. She's the one representing the people of Koshofe Federal Constituency in the Green Chamber of the National Assembly. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. All right, you're still watching The Pendulum, our weekly political program on Lagos television. I did say before that break that we'll be looking at women representation and Nigeria's political future on the program this afternoon with Honorable Kafilat Ogbara. She's a member of the House of Representatives representing the people of Kushofe Federal Constituency. It's a pleasure to have you on the program this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Jibola. Good afternoon.
All right, good afternoon.
To all our viewers.
Yes, we all know that the 2027 general elections is already around the corner, and we are beginning to see all political parties trying to gravitate their efforts towards ensuring that they are successful in the 2027 general elections. But then, we cannot discuss 2027 elections without the bill before the National Assembly, which is the bill calling for the creation of special seat for women in 2027. So how far have we gone with this bill, and what should we expect in terms of participation from women in 2027 elections?
Well, thank you very much. We thank Almighty God thus far on our efforts on the bill. We have been able to get the advocacy of the bill to the highest level. And of course, all the legislative procedures to get the bill passed has gotten to the highest level as well. The only thing that is left is for the bill to be passed. And of course, the timing was what we were waiting for. We wanted the timing to be right. We don't want to present the bill and then the bill fails. We have the support of the leadership of the National Assembly. We have the support of, the father of the nation, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We have the support of the mother of the nation, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. And of course, majority of our members in the National Assembly are in support of this bill. So we are very optimistic that whenever the timing is right and we present the bill, it will be passed by the grace of God in the interest of all Nigerian women. But as it is, we all know that with the timetable released by different political parties, and of course INEC, if the bill is passed now, we may not be able to meet up with 2027 elections, obviously. But we are hopeful that whenever the bill is passed, it will still be the right direction. It's better that it's late than we don't have it at all. But we, Nigerian women, we have come together. Also, it's not for us to pass a reserved seats bill. We agree that we are already on the bill, but what all Nigerian political parties can give to Nigerian women as we speak today towards 2027 is to ensure that all our female legislators in the local government as councillors, in the state houses of assembly as assembly members, at the National Assembly as senators or as House of Representative members should be returned. They should be, especially those that are served for 1 term or 2 terms. They should be allowed to remain there. There is no any other reserved seat that is better than that. When the women that are already doing very well in the National Assembly are there, or state houses of assembly, so why do we have to let them go through all the stress? Expenses, politics is very expensive. I can tell you that. And you know that for women, economically, most women cannot afford to spend so much on election, processes. Some of us are trying our best to meet up with the targets and all that we need to do, but it's not everybody that can afford that. And as mothers, the first thing we think about is our children, our homes. We think of the home front to ensure that everything is right back home. So, the men, they can spend it and do whatever they want to do. But women, we have a lot to think about, especially our children. So I'm not appealing that for women generally, all our political parties, they should see how they can support our women by ensuring that they get the party tickets across the country. And of course, in the constitution of a lot of our political parties, a lot of our political parties have it enshrined in their constitutions to have a certain percentage for women representation. We all know that a lot of women participate in politics. But the truth is that when it comes to the decision making, when it comes to representation, when it comes to key offices to position the women are never, at the front burner of those decisions. So we are only seeking that towards 2027, we need all our political parties to include our women, and not just even in elective offices, in appointed positions, in political party positions. For instance, the Labour Party, I think we have a woman as the national chairman, Nena Usman.
Okay.
And you will see that she's getting a good grip of the party over there. So we need a lot of more women to be properly positioned in key offices in our political parties, because what the men can do, a lot of women can even do better as well.
Absolutely.
So that on the
no doubt about that.
So far, so good.
Okay. What men can do, women can even do it much more better. But what exactly is this disposition of the women themselves towards getting power through constitutional means, which is the election? Because Mr. President would always say that power is never served a la carte. So what is the disposition of women themselves towards ensuring that they are not shortchanged in 2027?
Lots of women are working very hard. As I'm speaking to you, I am in my car and I'm moving from one place to the other. If I do a full video for you, you will see people in my car. We are on the move. We are not stopping. We are working very hard. We are just saying that the men have been there for so long. They have the network. They have the, cooperation. They have a way of consolidating together.
But you have the numbers, you have the figures.
The opportunity to become
Honorable
gatekeepers, to become party leaders, to become
Honorable Ogbara,
the leaders across board.
You have the figures.
They will also support themselves. What did you say?
You have the number in terms of participation in politics. You have women.
Yes.
Women are usually more at campaign grounds, at political meetings. So that should give you the opportunity to actually negotiate on the table of power.
Yeah, that's true. But there's something in politics that you may not know. It's not just about the numbers. It's about loyalty. And of course, being, obedient to what the party position is. You don't, because you have the number or because you're a party member, you can do whatever you like. No. As a party member, there are ways the party will insist that, no, this is where we are going, and you have to support that direction. So this is how politics works in most places and most times. So this is the, problem that a lot of women are facing. So we need more support from the decision makers, from the gatekeepers, from the party leaders, from the political party chairmen, our governors particularly. we need the support of our governors to support their women in all our states across the country. So this is very important and is very key. We need that support. It has to be deliberate and intentional. There is really little we can do. We are only trying our best. A lot of us are trying our best. Yet, men are full of, I'm sorry to say, sometimes blackmail, sometimes violence, sometimes, intimidation and all that. Not all women can face such. Not all women can stand such. So, and this is why women need that special protection, that special attention, and that special support to ensure that, we intentionally and deliberately position our women.
Okay, so even if this particular bill calling for special seat for women is not signed into law as we approach 2027 general elections, what do you think can be done to actually compensate our women in 2027? That's on one side. Then I cannot remember the number of women that we have as deputy governors in Nigeria as we speak. And even in the National Assembly, we had fewer numbers now compared to what we used to have in the National Assembly. So how do we change the narrative in 2027 in such a way that women will be given equal opportunity in 2027?
Is by having the right legal framework, which is what we are attempting to achieve. But let's assume that will not go through. What we need now is our political party support. It is very, very important. Women are striving, they are working so hard, they are putting in their very best to get the tickets everywhere. I'm speaking with a lot of women. You have no idea how many women are calling me from across the country every day, asking me, what are we doing about their tickets? What are we doing to see how we can support and make sure that women get these tickets? So, and the Ministry of Women Affairs, I understand the minister is also putting in a lot of women to galvanize, Nigerian women together. And, yesterday they held a press conference just in Transcorp Hilton in Abuja, and a lot of other efforts. Advocacy is ongoing, even by, CSOs and, civil society organizations and a lot of NGOs. So, but we'll continue to talk, we'll continue to advocate, we'll continue to speak, and we'll continue to appeal and plead to our leaders across the country, irrespective of political party. It's not about APC, it's not about any political party right now, because in the National Assembly, we have different women from different political parties. So we are appealing generally to our men, to our godfathers, to our governors, to our political leaders everywhere, that they should ensure that they are intentional and deliberate to position women. Where you have like 20 House of Rep members, at least minimum, let us have like 5 women. It's not too much. Where you have 40 Houses of Assembly members, if women can be 10, that's not too much. It doesn't take anything away from us, because you need that gender balancing for us to achieve what we need as a nation. Women have a way they think. There's a way we also view things that you cannot understand, except you are just a woman. So there are a lot of policies that affect women themselves, that is only when women are on the table that they can get it right. There are a lot of policies that don't even have to do directly with women, that has to do with nation building, that has to do with infrastructural development, that has to do with different aspects of growth and development in the country. But what the man will see, the view, the angle you look at it is different from the way the woman will look at it. So if you combine this, intelligence together, you combine these ideas and ideology together, that is when we can get to the desired destination. That is when we can get the desired result. Because the truth is that even a bird cannot fly with one hand. We are man and woman. And for God to have created us that way, he has a reason for him to have created us that way. If not, a man that will be having children, need a woman. So the balancing is there. If you have a home where it's just a man training a child, and you have a home where you have a man and a woman training a child, when they both grow up, or you do an of when that child is growing up and when the other one is growing up, you will see the difference in the result at the end of the day, because that child has gotten a balanced upbringing, balanced ideas, balanced knowledge, balanced perspective to life. So these things are very important in every ramification of life. We are not just talking about the number. We're not just talking about the number. We are talking about ensuring that, this nation grows, nation building, growth, development, and generally ensure that we have a better Nigeria with women being in office. I'm really distracted here. I've gotten to my destination, but I'm still waiting to continue this interview.
Okay,
Yes.
I see that you are very passionate about the involvement of
Yeah.
women in politics, but then what is the disposition of your party, Mr. President, and the First Lady towards ensuring that women are empowered politically in 2027?
Well, the president has spoken a lot about this matter. Even in our last convention, we will see that he spoke deliberately on it, that this reserved seats for our women, they are going to take decisive decision on it. I think that's the word he used, if I'm right. So this is a deliberate intention, and Mr. President is very passionate about women. He is the only person, as you know, that has allowed his wife to contest for 12 years, 3 years in the Senate. No man can be more gender sensitive than that, to allow your wife to go into politics, to be a senator. That is the height of gender sensitivity. So we appreciate that. And we also know that the vice president was or is a legislator, a senator, Mr. President himself, a senator, SGF, senator. So there is no better time than now to get all the support for our women, because these are people that understand, what it really is for women to be properly represented. So we are very positive that a lot will be done, because we know that Mr. President is doing a lot of reforms in the interest of this country. We know that he's putting in a lot of efforts to ensure that Nigeria is different. Nigeria meets every international standard, starting from the fuel subsidy removal reform, which a lot of people, some have criticized. But even at that, we all know that it's working for us right now. It has ended the long-standing fuel queues that we used to have, to reduce fiscal burden and, of course, direct funds to development. And this is why he's able to go into a lot of infrastructural development, like the coastal road that we're having in our Lagos. He has also done the unification of exchange rates, and that one has collapsed multiple, forex windows into a single market driven rate, driven rate to improve transparency. So we are very happy about this. We know of the students' loan, that a lot of children, irrespective of your class, your gender, your religion, wherever you come from, as you are in the higher institution, you can have, a loan that is, interest free, to expand access to tertiary, education for everybody in the country. And people are accessing this loan. This has never happened before in this country. So we need to applaud Mr. President for these things. And of course, he also increased the minimum wage. You know how much the minimum wage was? I think 18K. He increased it to 30K. This was very difficult for any government to do then. And he has done it. He has done it successfully. So we are very happy about this. Nigerian workers are happy for it. And of course, infrastructural development, that one has pushed accelerated road and, rail projects nationwide, including legacy highway projects like that one I mentioned, the one in the coastal highway that is linking to Calabar everywhere. So we are very excited about all these things. Lagos is becoming a mega city. We have seen what Governor Sanwo-Olu also did in Lagos. He came to commission a lot of roads, schools, all those very, very massive infrastructural, projects. So these are the things that makes a country work. And
Okay.
these are the things that the government, is looking at. Look at the local government financial autonomy as well. So this is good for us, and we are happy about it. And
Oh,
of course, I want to specifically say that when I arrived from Turkey just almost about 10 days ago or thereabouts, when we went for IPU with the Senate president, when I landed at the airport in Abuja, I was amazed with what I saw at the airport. Everything was working. And I, for who I am, I was looking around to see how I could find any fault in that airport. I looked for fault. I was looking for fault. Everything worked just like what was working where I was coming from. This is the Nigeria we want. This is the Nigeria we are talking about. And this is the Nigeria we are dreaming about. And Mr. President Ashwaj Bola Ahmed Tinubu is taking us to that destination. So I just pray that Nigerians remain patient, persevere, and continue to pray for Mr. President to be able, to continue and be elected again. For those who think that, things are tough, things are hard, accepted, I agree. Are we perfect? No. Can we do better? Yes. So I believe that with patience and perseverance, we can get to that destination. Once we have the right infrastructure in place, we have the right human capacity, because when our children that hitherto normally, ordinarily, will not be able to afford the school fees, brilliant, intelligent students, because they cannot afford, are out of school. If all these individuals are able to be educated, because even without education, you will have insecurity. And these are the issues we're having in those, northern areas of the country because of ignorance. They are easily influenced, they are easily cajoled, they don't have the exposure, they don't have the right knowledge. So, but when you are knowledgeable, you are educated, you know that you have the prospects, you know that your future is bright, you know that there's something in it for you, you know that Nigeria is your own. As Nigerians, we need to own this country. We
Okay.
need to accept that our own country. Pray for Nigeria, own Nigeria, in our own capacity, wherever you find yourself. Be a Nigerian, be patriotic. See this country as your own, as your
Absolutely.
baby, as your
I
thing.
agree with
That
you.
nothing must happen to this country. We
Absolutely.
all have to be committed to this cause. Else,
Okay.
it's not magical.
Honorable
Nobody
Agbara,
can do it for us. This is our country.
I really want us to manage our time well. And earlier
Okay,
you
thank
did
you.
say that Mr. President increased the minimum wage from 18,000 naira to 70,000 naira.
70,000. God
To
bless you.
70,000 naira. But what value is that 70,000 naira now? Fortunately, tomorrow is Workers' Day, and
Huh?
I said, fortunately, tomorrow is a Workers' Day. Tomorrow is Labour's Day, and this 70,000 naira, the
Yeah.
purchasing power of Nigerians as we speak, when you put it side by side with that 70,000 naira, I doubt if you can take anybody home. That's on one side.
I
Secondly,
know.
what
I
is the
agree.
disposition of your party?
Hmm.
I see some of your colleagues have started getting their nomination form and expression of interest form. What is the position of your party on women getting these forms? Are they giving you any discounts or is it free for women in your party?
Yeah, we want to appreciate our party, the All Progressive Congress. They have been kind to the women, even though some women wanted the forms free, but we got 50% discount. And we are happy about that. The nomination is 1 million for each, for both gender. And of course, the other form is 50%. So where for House of Representative, where the men are paying 10 million, the woman is paying 5.5 million.
Okay.
We want to appreciate our party for at least considering to give us 50%. And
Okay.
we hope that other political parties will consider this and also, be deliberate in giving discounts to our women, or possibly give the women free forms.
Okay, so it's so interesting that we are calling for more seats for women, but people are asking that, okay, for those of you who were fortunate to be elected in 2023, you, the former deputy governor, Senator Aderonti Adebule, and a host of other women in different parts of the country, people are asking that for you to have been fortunate enough to be elected, they are asking questions as to what you have done with the power that you have gotten in terms of impacting those who entrusted you with their votes.
Thank you very much. For me, I've been able to sponsor a lot of bills that touches, lives directly and indirectly. I've been able to also ensure that I facilitate a lot of infrastructural development to my constituency. I have 3 local governments in my constituency. In Ikosisheri, I've been able to facilitate a school there in Maidon. In Agboike too, I've been able to facilitate the first ever secondary school to Agboyi, the water side. For over 100 years, they've never had a secondary school. They cross the water, the riverine area to far away inside Alakpere to get to secondary schools. I've also, in Koshofe local government in Oworo.
Well, we seem to be having problem with the network. Hopefully, Honorable Kafilat Agbara will reconnect with us so that we can actually finalize the interview session with her this afternoon on what those who were fortunate to be elected into. Yes, I can hear you. Please go. I can hear you. Go ahead. Okay.
Yes, I've been able to facilitate 2 ICT centers in Ikosisheri. I've been able to facilitate an old people's home also in Ikosisheri. I've been able to facilitate a lot of solar street lights across Oshofe Federal Constituency in the local governments. I've been able, by the grace of God, to facilitate solar boreholes, viewing centers for my constituents across, the local government. And by the grace of God, we have trained our women, youths in financial literacy, in ICT, ensuring that, a lot of them are educated in terms of technology improvement and, of course, in their businesses. We have been able to support a lot of our women with grants to ensure that we support their business, small business owners to support their businesses. People living with disability, we have been able to touch lives by giving them a lot of aids that will help, whichever category they fall into. And we do a lot of, social engagements to make everybody happy, whether you are living with disability, whichever category you fall into. Also, in my constituency, I've also tried to ensure that our youths are not left behind in terms of, I know that as we speak today, drug abuse is a major concern for me as an individual. I'm very passionate about that campaign. So the campaign is something I do at interval, and we are able to even, rehabilitate some of our young people who are already, into drug abuse, and they've gone very far. So we need to bring them back and ensure that they have a better life. This I am doing as a personal project to ensure that, we touch lives. I've been able to refurbish different schools in different secondary schools in my constituency, because during my campaign, when I was seeking for votes, when I was moving around, I had my diary where I was jotting the major things I needed to ensure that I achieve. I've not been able to achieve everything that I really want to. And this is because we have not been able to have fully funded budgets from 2025 and 2026. So, and this is why a lot of things are still pending. I've been able to influence and ensure that the major basic needs of my constituents are being, included in the budgetary allocations, but they have not been cash backed, and this is where we are for now.
All right.
For my constituents, I want to assure them there are still a lot that I've done that I cannot even remember. Textbooks to different schools, so many things that I've been able to, even with NGOs, and we have done a lot of health, benefits to our people. We have done surgeries for people with eye problems. Over 300, 500 people have benefited from our health interventions that we have done, everything done in my constituency office. And I work in partnership with different development partners, because it's not everything that government can do. So I try to see when I have an initiative that I want to implement, and I see that this is very essential for my people, I go all out to ensure that I get the right collaborative support that can get the result for me.
Okay, Honorable Bara, before we let you go,
as if everything I'm doing is government intervention.
Before we let you go,
Tinubu is doing a lot to intervene in a lot of our challenges already.
Before we let you go,
this
afternoon,
initiative.
Are you hopeful that if eventually this bill is signed into law by Mr. President, that we are likely to have more female governors or even presidents come 2031? Are you hopeful?
Oh, I am very positive about that. I am very positive about that. At least I know that by the grace of God, if that bill is passed, we will definitely be able to have female governors. At least one to take off. Once that bill is passed, more women will be encouraged. More women will have, the zeal, the courage, and the hope to partake. Because sometimes, even in some of our northern states, I have some of my colleagues that have told me that in their states, a woman dare not come out to say she wants to contest. You dare not even print a poster that you want to contest. In this age and time, we still have states like that. So once there's a legal provision that encourages women, that makes it compulsory for every state to have a woman, to be representing them, the receipt is reserved and it must be a woman. So that, that will encourage a lot of women That will even encourage a lot of our men as well to support women. So because we need our men to continue to support us, we cannot do anything without them. And this is why we keep appealing, we keep, pleading with them that they should give us the necessary support. Even if it's your sister you want to support, just bring her out. Let it just be a woman that is, capable, that has the ability to do the job.
All right, we must thank you very much, Honorable Kafila Togbara. She's the one representing the people of Koshofe Federal Constituency in the Green Chamber of the National Assembly. And we wish you all the best in 2027.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, we'll be taking another break on the program at this moment to bring you the soundbite of the week. Stay with us.
The only time that we have is now. We have the political will. We know that for a bill like this to pass through, we only need the political will. We just want to take a step forward. We want to take a step ahead. And we are hoping that the passage of this bill will not be limiting Nigerian women to only the special seats. And we have to continue to emphasize and also continue to educate Nigerians that Nigerian women are still eligible to contest for the statutory seat.
The House, however, the proposed special seat for women seek to introduce constitutionally backed affirmative action to boost representation through the creation of additional seats for women in the National Assembly and State Assembly as a temporary corrective mechanism. The House recognized that similar models have been successfully implemented in countries such as Kenya, South Africa, Uganda, and Burundi.
Okay, those were the sounds of the week, one from our guest and the other one from an honorable representing Oshodi Solo Federal Constituency, all speaking in one voice on the need to pass that bill for the creation of special seats for women. And like our guest did say, Honorable Kafila Togbara, if this is not achieved in 2027, hopefully we would have more female governors and probably a female president for the Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2031. And they are calling on men, you and I, to support them to achieve their aspirations, to achieve their dreams. And of course, let us also support them, create the enabling environment for them to flourish politically as women. That's the show this week. We thank you very much for watching. Do remember to join us next Thursday at 3 p.m. on the Pendulum. I am Ajibola Ojeshola. Thanks for watching the show.